Hey, what's up, family? Hey, today I want to do a video that's going to touch on any and everybody across the entire world. And this subject is going to be called Deja Vu. Now, we all, at some point in time in life, have dealt with some form of deja vu. Now, speaking of deja vu, if you look up the word, it simply means, my daughter in the background, what does deja vu mean?
A feeling of having already experienced the present situation.
Exactly. So we know what that feeling is. Sometimes you might have went somewhere or done something, especially went somewhere. If you travel like me and my family do, you might travel somewhere across the world to a place that you've never been. You absolutely never been to this museum, sanctuary, or touched the art, a piece of art or something. You've never been there, but the moment you touch it or go into a building, an awkward sense of familiarity comes over your body where you're like, whoa, this is strange. I feel like I've been here before. But you know you've never been here before. So you know what that is? That is ancestral memory. Just listen with the word. Ancestral, meaning your ancestors. Ancestral memory. They're tapping into you, or it's some form of connection. You get what I'm saying? So and what that deja vu feeling is, that's an innate feeling that comes across you. Now, not always. Y'all know I love to give y'all a word of the day. So that's the word of the day. You can say deja vu, but we're going to go with innate. That's I-N-N-A-T-E. Innate. You look up the word innate, it simply means inborn in you, natural. So it's totally natural to have a deja vu feeling. I remember, babe, you said something about deja vu, right?
Yes, now that you speak about it, I remember for the first time, I think I probably was like 11 or 12 years old.
Okay.
I might be wrong with my age, but I know I was very, very young. And my parents said we're going to go visit we're going to meet our aunt in New York for the first time. So we went up there, and babe, I'll tell you, it was the most scariest but weirdest feeling. It was a crazy feeling when I just walked in the apartment.
Because you never met her before.
No, I never met her, but it wasn't about her. It was about the place.
You've never been there before.
Yes, I've never in my life ever been. And I've never been back then to New York. It was my first time. But let me tell you, it was the most weirdest, crazy
you felt scared,
feeling.
That innate feeling came over you of familiarity.
Yeah, I looked around, I said, it feels like I've been here before, but I know I haven't.
See? That's deja vu.
But see, I didn't know that at that time.
See, and the reason it was so scary to you, which this happened to a lot of people, was because it hasn't been explained to you exactly what it is, such as what we're doing now. And what that was ancestral memory. One of your ancestors was trying to make a connection with you. Somehow they was trying to tap into you. Now, of course, a lot of us may think, oh, that sounds crazy. That sounds weird. No, it don't. Watch this, folks. I want y'all to pay attention. A lot of y'all, all of us have been through some form of deja vu. Matter of fact, especially to a lot of you women out there, I'm going to touch on something real personal. Now, it could be any man or woman, but I'm going to use a woman, for example. How many of y'all remember when your little baby, yes, your little baby, 3 months old, 2 months old, whatever, in the baby crib, sleeping? We've all seen this familiarity before. Your 2-month-old baby is asleep. But while they're sleeping, they're they cracking up laughing. And you might get up out of bed, you jump over, you wander over to the baby, and you trying to figure out, is he woke or is she woke? And your baby is sound asleep. Yeah. But they're cracking up laughing in their sleep. And what was the most common thing a lot of us was told when we hear or see a baby laughing in their sleep? We were told that they're playing with the angels.
Angels, yeah.
See that's what we was told because it sounds good. But I'm going to tell you right now, playing with the angels, yeah, it sounds good, but you can't prove that. No, that was a deja vu feeling. Know that deja vu feeling of unexplained familiarity. Now, we can't prove that they was playing with the angels. It just sounds good. But one thing that we can prove is that that's your baby, right? That baby, that's your baby. And guess what? That baby is the grandchild of your mother or great-grandmother that passed away. We can't prove that, right? So, once again, that's ancestral memory. unexplained familiarity. That's one of your ancestors. They are talking or communicating, making a connection with your child while they sleep. But you can't see it. You can't understand it. You just see this baby cracking up laughing. And you're like, what the heck is so funny? He's asleep. Or she's sleeping. She's cracking up laughing. It's a weird feeling. As I said, unexplained familiarity. You're like, my baby was crying. And you might have this conversation with somebody else and they say, girl, you did the same thing when you was a baby. Or your brother did that the other day or last month or a couple years ago. We all seen it before. And we all was always said playing with the angels. But you can't prove that. So remember what I said. That innate feeling. Innate mean inborn. That natural feeling that your mother, grandfather, whoever it is, they told you, you did that same thing. He did that same, your brother, whoever. And more than likely, it's ancestral memory. Your ancestors is tapping into that little baby. That's what that really is. So don't just believe stuff that you can't prove. But see, it goes back to that saying where a lot of us, we love a comfortable lie, but we don't want to deal with the actual truth. See, we can't prove that they were talking to the angels. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm being redundant saying that over and over because we all familiar with that story. You can't prove it. But we do know that's your baby. We do know that baby has your DNA. That baby has your mother and father's DNA. That's ancestral memory. That's what that is. Is there anything you wanted to add to that, Ashley?
I think Deja Vu can. I don't know. You basically broke everything down. It was. Oh, you didn't really mention the mall.
Oh yeah, you caught that. That was weird. It was weird.
That was a deja vu, but I don't really think I've ever had deja vu just yet.
Yeah,
maybe
see,
so.
what my daughter's talking about, and she the one that caught it. We had came out of a store, and as we came out of the store, I was in front of my daughter and my wife and my other daughter, and I said I was in front. And as I walked out of the door, it was this elderly lady that walked by. I mean, she was so beautiful and dark as night. She was an elderly lady, and when she walked by, I got stuck in a trance. It's like when she walked by me, I just immediately just stopped and just. It was as if like. Grandma had, boy, stop when I'm talking to you, boy, and pay attention. That's how I felt like a little kid. And that lady, eye contact, I never seen this lady a day in my life. And when I seen her, she seen me, we both just paused. And I was just like, hi. and I remember my daughter back at me, she's like, Dad, you know that lady? And I was like, nah. For a moment, I was just stuck and like lost in my mind.
Well, she probably thought you was checking her out.
And it was an elderly lady. I just felt so. It was such a innate feeling. It's a natural feeling, but an awkward feeling at the same time that I couldn't explain. Of a deja vu moment, like I knew that lady.
Wow.
But I never seen her a day in my life. And it was so weird. And that happened a while ago, but we still laugh every now and then. My daughter threw that in my face like, yeah, you see that lady the day you stopped, like you. It was such a weird feeling, but that's what's called that unexplained, awkward feeling. Or as I said before, ancestral memory. Another thing is moments of familiarity, and that was what that was. Or many other times we go through this, so. I'm not going to keep the video too long. What I would say in closing, for a lot of y'all out there, when y'all get that deja vu feeling, like my wife said, she got scared. A lot of times, don't get scared. Just remember, that's more than likely your ancestors tapping into you. They're trying to make a connection.
Scared and weird.
Yeah, so don't get scared. Just know, wow, that ancestral memory stuff is for real. Think about it. Look at this. When we say unexplained, inherited knowledge, sometimes we may know something and we say, I don't know how I knew that. Somehow I just figured that. How about some of you parents? You might see your little kid, your little son, your little daughter always eating a certain fruit that your grandfather, your father, mother used to eat. You'd be like, my mother and father used to do the same thing. They might be watching a very old show all the time. They're a little kid. And you're like, how's they watching this old show? My father used to watch that. But my father died 20 years ago and my son only 4. And you trying to figure out how is your son or your daughter is doing a lot of things that your parents used to do. See that innate feeling that they got? It's a natural thing, but it might be an ancestral connection. You know what I'm saying? It might be unexplained inherited knowledge. I'll give you another unexplained inherited knowledge, because there's a lot of it. Let's take turtles, for example. Have y'all ever watched, because I love watching Animal Planet, you ever look at this inherited knowledge? Do you know when a turtle is about to give birth, how the mother will crawl on the beach, right? And then she had multiple eggs. She buried them in the sand. Do you know when these eggs are hatched, it is amazing how this inherited knowledge, some might say deja vu, innate, I-N-N-A-T-E, innate, inborn, it's natural, inherited knowledge. Do you know once them turtles are born, the mother leaves. Once she drops all the eggs, she leaves and continue her life. Do you know once them turtles are born, they hatch, somehow, soon as they hatch, the sea is over here. Do you know they are way over here on the beach? Once they are born, they have an innate knowledge, unexplained inherited knowledge. They know to go exactly to the sea. They don't go nowhere else but to the sea. Now, let's be honest, some may wander off here and there, but overall, more than 90-something% of them, they hatch, they go immediately to the sea. See? Innate, inborn, natural, unexplained inherited knowledge. Deja vu. You go, how did they know that? It's inherited. So on that note, I ain't gonna keep this long. Subscribe, share, like, and comment. And as usual, I'll get plenty more positive videos out to you guys. Peace. And even this book here. This is a very old book. I bought this a while ago. This book cost me over $100, but it's worth it. For all you silly cats go, you bought a book over $100. You jokers out there buying Jordans, that's useless. This has some very inherited ancestral knowledge in it. Talking about how the image of the black, before Western civilization. And they talk about how great black people were and all the great things we accomplished and that we had did. They got volume 1, 2, 3, and 4. But a great book. But as I said, subscribe, share, like, and comment. And I get more positive videos out to you guys. And on that note, peace.